Hey everyone, my name is chaoticwolph and welcome back to Hiveswap Friendship Simulator. We are on to Volume 5. Hope you're ready to befriend some more trolls, because I think they're going to be a weird bunch in this one. I don't even know what that is. Of affection, unwanted or untrue. Walking. You sure are doing a lot of it recently. You mean like getting hurt? Because that's happening a lot recently. Back on Earth, you never got near this amount of exercise. Too real. You are gonna be so in shape when this is over. Provided you still have all your limbs attached and your bones uncrushed. You could probably come up with safer ways to travel, a taxi or some sort of bus system, but you don't have any money and you can't read signs. Also, you are routinely covered in blood and bruises. So, walking it is. Tired as you are, your feet still carry you toward friendship. Always on the path of friendship. Like this, who is this person? Am I supposed to know who they are? I guess I'll just befriend them and find out. As usual, the streets are hopping, just bouncing around like an overactive bunny rabbit on Easter morning. Up ahead at an intersection of streets is some kind of night market. Well, every market on Alternia is a night market. At least it's not a black market. As previously stated, you are broke, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit of window shopping. Who knows what kind of awesome stuff you'll find. You can learn a lot about a culture from their stores. You're so intent on thinking positive thoughts that you are nearly at the market before you realize that quite a few people are coming toward you in the opposite direction. Some of them are running, actually, and screaming. Looks likely that something has gone down, violence-wise. Well, that's not new. It's not a stampede. You aren't in any danger of being trampled and the street is wide enough to just step aside and let the crowd pass by. Or it would be. You get a brief, furtive glimpse of a pair of focused yellow eyes under a low-pulled hood. Then a hand grabs yours so tightly the tips of your fingers go numb. With a rough yank, you are pulled into the flow of the crowd. The troll girl who has a hold of you speaks quickly and quietly. How do you know it's a troll girl? I can't even tell what they look like. You have to lean your head in close to hear. We are on a date. You're my mate sprit, or my morail. Whatever you want. We're just a normal couple, out for a night at the town. We're gonna go catch a movie and get some soft-served gum cream. You feel me? Wow, okay. Friendship already achieved, don't need to do any more. Freak out the perpies. Say what? When did we get this? You stop abruptly and someone smacks into you from behind. You go down hard, your hand ripped away from the girl's. She gives you a fierce glower of disappointment. Fine, just more people letting me down. I'll deal with this on my own. I've done it before. She takes a running leap for the alley wall, scampering up and onto the roof like a squirrel up a tree. You are left looking down at the smudge of violet blood she left on your palm. An emptiness fills you at the thought of the friendship that could have been, if only you kept your chill. We talk about I am so chill, oh my god, game over, leap of unfaith. They're so skilled, dude, look at that. So clearly, this troll is hiding from someone, so we're gonna play along and hold hands. Your heart beats so hard you can feel it in the back of your throat. You adjust your grip a little to make your hand easier to hold. In response, you get a squeeze, like she's thanking you. You match her pace, a surprisingly difficult feat considering how short she is. So she's a short troll with violet blood. Wait, is it their blood? Actually, maybe it's not their blood. Considering their color, I think they might be a low blood, right? Behind you, people are still shouting. What the heck happened back there? Someone died. You figured that, but that's not exactly rare for Alternia, is it? You've seen way more dead people here in the last couple days than you've seen throughout your entire life on your planet. You tell the troll girl you thought that was just kind of normal here. Normal, sure, when low bloods get killed. Natural order of things, right? But with high bloods, it's different. Personally, I don't give a shit about the natural order. Doesn't matter what the job is, I'll take it. Oh, they're a contract killer. Oh. So a high blood is dead, and you are currently holding hands with the troll who did the dirty deed. She chose you to help her lay low, i.e. she made you her accomplice, i.e. you are now her friend. Yes, people that murder together are friends. Helping- well, we didn't do the murder together though, so just an accomplice. Helping someone carry out a cold-blooded murder is a super friendly thing to do. What has she called you? Her mate spirit? You aren't sure what that is, but it sounds great. You ask her what you should call her. My name's Polypa, but there's no reason to go throwing it around. Let's not talk at all. You want to point out that it won't look like a very convincing date if you are just walking in silence, but that would require talking, and she told you not to do that. A trio of those spiky robots go marching by, drones or whatever. Their big, ugly heads swivel back and forth like they're looking for someone. Yeah, this person right next to us. Polypa doesn't say anything and she keeps her eyes forward. She goes as sharp as a laser, every muscle in her body tensing. You feel it through her hand. Her fingers tighten on yours until the drones disappear into the crowd. She yanks you around the corner into a smaller alley connecting 2 roads. There's nothing here but a pothole and a couple dumpsters. Hold up a minute. Her hoodie has a symbol on the front of it. 2 overlapping gold ovals. Most trolls seem to have a symbol designating their blood color on them somewhere. This means she's a gold blood, right? I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, who are you? but then Polypa yanks the sweatshirt over her head and underneath she's wearing a tank top emblazoned with a symbol in olive green. It looks a little like a cat. It's pretty cute. She tosses the sweatshirt into the nearest dumpster and kicks a button on the side. A whoosh, accompanied by the sulfury stink of immolation. Note to self, don't go dumpster diving in Alternia. Don't go dumpster diving anywhere. Polypa grabs your hand again as you head back out to the street. With her other hand, she works the tie out of her hair, shaking it out of its ponytail, letting it fall in thick, sweaty clumps against her neck. Next, she reaches up and takes part of her right horn- I'm sorry, her what? Takes part of her right horn off? Wait, no, it was a little bit of veneer, an artificial bit to cover up a notch in the chin. I'm sorry, what? What are all these random wardrobe changes about? You wonder until you actually begin to listen to some of the conversations happening around you and check out the big billboard-sized screens mounted on roofs every few blocks. Seems like the rumor mill is already going hard. Apparently a well-respected Violet Blood is dead, killed in public in full view of witnesses by a gold blood girl with a ponytail. She disguised it, so now they think that a gold blood killed the high blood. Wow, you're really dealing with a professional here. I need to find somewhere, even their text box changes color. I need to find somewhere to lay low until the heat turns down. I mean, we both do, since you're my associate now. I had a contract waiting, but I don't know what happened to her. It's possible she got spooked. Get any ideas for likely hideouts? I'm not from around here, neither am I, girl. You wonder what in the world made her think you have any idea what's going on ever. She keeps giving you sharp looks as if she is gradually catching on to just who she has chosen to recruit. You want her to understand that no matter how busted you look, you are an amazing friend and co-conspirator. Well, here's your chance. What do you propose? Oh, what do I propose? Hideout or catch a movie against us. Let's get that date, girl. Polypa's mouth twitches. It could just be a muscle spasm, but you like to think it's a smile of approval and burgeoning camaraderie. Yeah, I guess we could. That's what people do on dates, right? Well, look at her nails, they're so sharp. It's been a while. I haven't seen a movie in forever. Let's do it. She squeezes your hand. You would have thought holding hands for so long would get sweaty and uncomfortable. You are certainly nervous enough, but her skin is surprisingly cool. With a couple of exceptions, all of your new friends have been literally cold-blooded. Also, metaphorically, for a few of them. But you aren't going to judge them for their lifestyle choices. That isn't your place as a friend. Regardless, your point is, it's kind of nice holding hands, even if it is under completely false murder pretenses. Come on, there's probably a theater in there? Makes sense. You aren't from around here, and you don't think Polypa is either. But you can always recognize a mall when you see one. Stores and escalators and fountains full of slimy mall water? That's probably been in there for years? The biggest difference between this and an Earth mall is that there doesn't seem to be anyone working at any of these stores. Everything is automated. Wow, it's the future. That and the top floors appear to be reserved for high bloods. Polypa is still holding onto your hand. Gosh, it's like you really are on a real date. This is very, very friendly. As far as you know, you have never been on a date with an assassin before. You can't read the showtimes and descriptions and you don't have any money, but Polypa chooses the movie and pays for you both. She tosses a couple of coins into a slot and the machine splits out 2 tickets. You don't see any soft-serve grub cream, but you are a little too queasy from mingled nerves and excitement currently to deal with anything called grub cream. You do, however, stop for a bag of buttery exploded kernels at the concession stand. The theater you follow Polypa into isn't crowded, but you still feel every pair of eyes settling on you as you walk up the steps. Your heart pounds and sweat slides down the back of your neck. This theater is dirty, guys. So dirty. You're just positive everyone can see right through you to this deeply controversial cross-species matchup you got going here. Even worse, Polypa takes a seat weirdly close to the only other group in here. Man, awkward. The movie starts playing. Apparently in Alternia, there aren't any trailers before movies. Well, lucky them. Kind of a bummer. If you're going to be stuck here, you want to know what hot new summer blockbusters you have to look forward to. Surprisingly, the movie turns out to be a romantic comedy. You expect the Polypa to choose a thriller or a horror movie. From what you can glean of the plot, it's about a beautiful young Jade Blood who gets involved with a visiting Blue Blood and their servant, a big bumbling bronze. Is that me? I think I'm the servant. The portrayal of Low Blood strikes you as vaguely offensive. They grunt and fall down a lot. The caverns look a lot fancier than you remember from the time you hung out with Branya, just a lot bigger and more glittery. The main character spends a lot of time pulling a jeweled comb through her lustrous hair. The dialogue is kind of incoherent, and you don't just think it's because you are unfamiliar with the cultural context. It also doesn't help that Polypa keeps up a running commentary throughout. The ban on conversation has apparently been lifted. Ugh, I can't believe they added in the mistaken identity storyline, so unnecessary. Also, Black Rom is so boring in comedies, there's just no punch to it. I can't believe how bad this is. I don't remember the book being this garbage. She's one of those. The book is better than the movie. But I read it a long time ago. My taste may just have been worse back then. You're looking at her in a whole new light. She shrugs, possibly a little self-conscious. What, you think I've been an assassin since I pupated? I used to have a blog for relationship advice and stuff like that. Of course I was just messing around. I didn't know anything beyond what I read online. Two characters are kissing on screen. You have no idea who they are? You are way more interested in the fact that Polypa has decided to tell you her life story in the back of a movie theater, a very dirty movie theater. The deep blue light from a scene in the brooding caverns washes over her, making her look noble and sad. You are entranced. It didn't last though. I doubt it had anything to do with my blog, but a few sweeps ago, a group of kids broke into my hive. I think they were high? Maybe on Sopor? Whatever, they stole a bunch of my shit, killed my lucis, and some little psionic fuck broke both my legs with his braid. Holy damn, how are you still here then? Just because he thought it would be funny. You are riveted. You have a bit of a tragic backstory yourself. Is it really that tragic though? And it's just more like, you know, a disaster really. But nothing this dramatic. Polypa picks through the buttery exploded kernels with a delicate claw. I was trapped in my hive. I would have starved to death if it hadn't been for some teal who lived in my neighborhood. Just some little idiot who ran around with an Eastern Alternia replica sword, challenging per beasts to duels. Teal bloods are pedantic bulge lords, but they care about justice, and these kids had attacked me for no reason. I didn't break any laws. Anyway, that's why I'm equal opportunity for how I take jobs. Low blood, high blood, everyone is scum. One of the kids in the row ahead of you turns around to tell Polypa that if she and her Morel want to get all nasty and pale, maybe you should get a room. Polypa kicks the back of her chair and tells her maybe she should mind her own business. The girl looks about ready to jump over the back of her seat, but the guy next to her pats her firmly on the cheek. That sounds like a slap. Pats her firmly on the cheek. Almost a slow motion slap, firm and intense with plenty of uncomfortably intimate eye contact. Okay, you guys get a room. The girl settles down after that and everyone goes back to watching the movie. The rest of it goes by with your head spinning and your heart in your throat. You're glad Polypa trusts you enough to share her past, but you're nervous about her talking about it in public. Wasn't the whole point of coming to the movie to lay low? Think about it. When that girl sees the description in the alert, she's not going to be thinking about the noisy olive blood getting all conciliatory in public. It's way safer than skulking around, believe me. Gosh, Polypa really is an expert. You're so glad you got to go on this date with her, even if it was mostly fake. As soon as you are back out on the street, Polypa pulls out her phone. Slowly her face falls. Fuck that little nook licker. I thought she bailed on me, but according to Chitter, she's dead. They got her. Damn it. I told her to be careful. Her sadness is quickly turning to rage, vibrating off her in frantic waves. Her voice gets louder, too, and people are starting to look your way. Heckling in a theater is one thing, shouting at a phone about murder is another. This is going south fast. You've gotta calm her down. Why is there only one option? Deploy shoosh pad. Oh, the slap? I don't think you should use this considering you don't even know how to use it properly. For lack of a better plan, you copy what you saw the troll inside due to his angry date. You press your palm firmly to her cheek. To your intense shock, she blushes a deep olive green and her eyes slip closed. She leans into your touch as if she is drawing comfort from this tiny little gesture. Then she blinks and pulls away. Listen, I'm technically on the clock right now. Let's be professional. She bites her lip, hesitating. Then she reaches up and repeats the gesture on your face. An unbelievable warmth fills you. Could it be? The warmth of friendship? The warmth of a friendly slap? You're a weird-looking double-horned amputee with very few social skills, terrible survival instincts, and both short-term and long-term memory loss. Hey, how do you know that? But you're alright. If you ever want to earn a little cash, I could use a partner I can depend on. Is it raining? No, these are just tears in your eyes. Tears of gratitude. Okay, don't get too choked up. You're definitely just gonna be bait. Thanks. I always wanted to be bait. You assure Polypa that, due to your general ineptitude, you wouldn't want it any other way. Wow, that actually worked? Well, she was super easy to befriend. Well, clearly this is gonna be the bad ending, but we still gotta see how it's gonna go down, so let's hide out in one of these apartment buildings. That's a possibility. Most of the hive stems around here are cheap rentals, burgundy or bronze at the best. I could take them, no problem. I mean, I can take anyone. Some jobs just require a little more forethought. You kinda meant finding an empty unit, or maybe skulking in a foyer or alien Starbucks, but you don't want to tell your cool new friend how to do her job. And there you go again, jumping the gun and claiming friends you don't have the right to. But she did choose you. Though at this point she may be wishing she grabbed some other random stranger's hand. Well, pick one, this was your idea. Oh geez, you seriously don't need this kind of responsibility in your life. I don't need any kind of responsibility in my life. Nothing good will come from letting you be in charge, but you also don't want her to think you are useless? You just kinda wish she'd tell you what to do and leave it at that? You pick a tall purple building at random. How about that one? Sure, I guess. You enter what just seems to be a standard shabby apartment building, climbing the lobby the steps, up to a hallway lined with doors. This could be any apartment on Earth, but instead of letters on the nameplates, there's those colorful symbols. They remind you a little of zodiac signs. Huh, weird. Anyway, all the ones here are red or brown, or like Polypa predicted. She listens at a couple doors before finally settling on one with a red symbol. You wait for her to pull out a lockpick or high-tech paraphernalia, or even just a pin from her hair. Instead, she takes a step back and delivers 2 sharp kicks just above the knob. Always the best choice of action, right? What, I'm not the goddamn super. You sure you're absolutely not judging the way she's running this operation? You don't think you've ever met a mercenary before? Unless you count that guy who tried to hit you up for cash when you were injured? Which guy? What you talking about? Or the little girl who drained your blood for paints? Or the boy who constantly on the prowl for delicious meats? Okay, I know who the last 2 are, but who's the guy that tried to hit me up for cash? Are you talking about Tagora? I don't know. The apartment is dingy, small, and smells like old pizza. Good news. Not that it smells bad, just the fact that there's pizza here? You don't think you could live on a planet that didn't have pizza, true that. That's just beyond the pale. You try to shut the busted door as well as you can. Polypa plucks herself down on the couch and pulls out her phone. Or, what has Skyla called it? A palm husk? She pulls out her palm husk and proceeds to ignore you. That's okay. It's important for friends to give each other space. You take the opportunity to poke around the apartment you're currently illegally occupying. Just generally being a nosy piece of shit. The thing that I'm best at. Whoever lives here is a real slob. Dishes are piled high in the sink and the windows are so dirty you can barely see out of them. Something sticky and red stains half the counter. It might be blood, but it might also be Kool-Aid. Fuck, goddammit, shitting fuck breath. Something appears to have gone wrong. Polypa is still on the couch, hunched over with her palm husk held close to her face. She types with her knuckles. How do you type with your knuckles? What the hell? You've noticed a lot of trolls do that. Probably because of their claws. It's all over Chitter. Everyone's talking about it. My contact. They got her. She's been cold. Her voice is flat, her eyes expressionless. She lets the palm husk slip from her fingers into her lap. You stand next to the couch like an asshole. You don't know what to say, and you doubt Polypa is the hugging type, but you really can't stand her looking so dejected. Before you start pitying me, don't. I barely knew her. It's not like we were in a quadrant or anything. It was just business. You sit down on the other end of the couch, tipping your head and raising your eyebrows to show you are very ready to listen and learn and commiserate. Polypa wraps her arms around her knees. Most pros work with a partner. It's a lot easier when you have someone you trust to watch your back. It's usually quadrant pairs who work together. There's one particularly famous olive and gold blood duo. Are you talking about you guys? I've lost plenty of jobs to them. There's another duo like you guys? Wait, hold up. No, I don't know that your partner is a gold blood or not. You were faking a gold blood. But I've never found anyone that I trust enough to make into my partner, beyond just a random one-off. Killing a sea dweller is no joke. It's almost totally impossible. Does that mean the guy back in the town square isn't actually dead? Polypa looks affronted at the very thought. Excuse me, no. It just means I had to get a very expensive knife and coat it in very expensive poison and stab in exactly the right place. Sounds complicated. The motherfucker is dead. There's no doubt about that. I don't leave jobs half done. High cash jobs are my specialty. Most people are too afraid to take jobs higher than teal. Me? I don't care. Low blood, high blood, if you got the cash, I'll do the job. If I did have a partner, it would make things a lot easier. I'll admit that much. You cough lightly into a closed fist. What's this? Something caught in your throat, perhaps? Could it be the steady hand of fate reaching a finger down and testing your gag reflex? You murmur, delicately, that sometimes destiny steers you in a direction you never thought you'd go. Maybe? Just maybe, it has steered her to you. That's forward for sure, but you're pretty much an old hand at this by now, right? Polypa snorts. It's a little watery. She isn't crying, is she? No way. Not a tough assassin like her. You're imagining it. You? No offense, but I only grabbed you because you look so weird and I figured you wanted to avoid the drones even more than I do. You don't exactly blend in. You can't argue with her logic, but a sourness starts in your throat now at the realization that Polypa had not chosen you for your obvious trustworthiness and friendship potential, but rather because you look like a goddamn disaster. Fair. A very fair assessment. Whatever. You can get past that. God knows you have gotten past worse, like attempted murder. As a good friend recently said, you gotta break a few cluck beast embryos to make a grublet. She's considering you now, more thoughtful than before. Well, I guess beggars can't exactly be choosers. But what you have to remember, you are destined to find out. That finger reaches down further and chokes you. Keys jingle outside the apartment before whoever it is out there catches sight of the busted door. Well, who are they? What the hell? You and Polypa lock eyes. Oh shit. A quick flash of silver and suddenly a knife appears in Polypa's hands. Where did it even come from? Outside in the hall, someone is swearing. The broken door falls inward, and before it is all the way open, Polypa is up and over the couch, launching herself at the intruders. Shit, wait. You are the intruders! And this is what you were afraid of. You are about to watch your new friend kill some poor low-blood troll? This was such a terrible idea. Too bad there's no way to go back in time and make your choices all over again. Well, maybe you can. Yeah, that would be rad. You wish life was like that. I wish life was like that too, man. Give me, several save slots. A short, stout little guy with a red symbol on his shirt comes through. But right behind him is a troll so tall he has to duck down to get through the door. Oh my god, we're gonna get murdered. Oh hell no. The giant troll catches Polypa with one hand. He's got big ram-like horns and a curly purple symbol on his shirt. Holy crap, is it purple blood? His face is painted in lines of black and white. Makeup designed to make his face look like a skull. Look, babe. Look at these tiny regular thieves. Babe? Polypa writhes in his grip, clawing at him like an angry cat. He hangs on, giving her a shake. Shit, you have to do something. But what? If you get in that purple guy's reach, you are absolutely going to get killed. You try to move your feet, but your survival instincts are kicking in and you are rooted to the spot. You can't do anything. You're useless. You don't even know what happened to Polypa's knife. God, you wish you had taken some self-defense classes back on Earth. The high blood gives Polypa a wide smile and tosses her across the room like he's lobbing a dodgeball. She lands on her back, rolls to her feet, and bolts for the window. Of course he would have a high blood made spirit. The high blood turns to you and sticks out a big grey tongue. Ew. And wow, suddenly you can move your feet again. throw yourself out the window after Polypa. You were only 1 floor up, but that's 1 floor more than you would like to be when falling out of a window. I mean, a building. Your fall is broken by Polypa, meaning you get a collection of bony elbows and knees applied to your gut. She bares her teeth at you. Get off, idiot! They're definitely going to call the drones. We've got to run. You roll your big floppy body off her and hustle to keep up as she peels off the street, or peels off down the street. You throw one last glance over your shoulder to see the 2 guys hanging out the window. The high blood waves lazily. Polypa starts out strong, but pretty soon she is limping and leaning on your shoulder. A jagged piece of glass is wedged in her calf muscle. You lean down and get a closer look. You're no doctor, but recently you've become an expert in acute injuries. Yeah, but expert at getting hurt. What the hell? Stop. You want me to leave a blood trail? We need to split up, now that we've been seen together. Your heart sinks all the way to your aching feet. God, you've been so sure you had this one unlocked. You mentioned, half mumbling to yourself, that maybe it would be better if you stayed together. Safety in numbers and all that. Oh yeah? Maybe safety for you? This was a terrible idea. I can't believe I ever trusted that someone could have my back. Yeah, let's do another of your amazing plans. Sounds great. She leaves you at an intersection of streets. Even though she is no longer leaning on you, you nevertheless feel a heaviness settle inside you. Philosophically, a deep fatigue so intense you want to curl up on the ground. So you do. Game over. At least your ass didn't kill her. Well, when you put it that way. Well, that was our assassin friend, who was surprisingly easy to befriend, even though that bad ending was kind of weird. So the first bad ending was just basically like, no, I'm not helping you, we're just leaving. And then the second one was like, your plan sucks so bad. She's just like, okay, we're not gonna be friends. But then you go to like a movie date with her and like suddenly you're friends. That was surprisingly easy to like befriend an assassin type character. Also, this is like the first like assassin type character we got, right? Oh, I mean, not that I'm expecting to get like a lot of those types, but it's like an assassin character that's like totally chill with you. That is really bizarre compared to like the other characters who were like, you know, just normal high bloods who, you know, pretty much were like murdering you whether they were trying to do that or not. But yeah, this is like a totally different. Also, she's like a, what is it, olive blood? So that's like kind of somewhere in the middle of the cast, right? I don't know. But yeah, so we befriended her. I don't know why they introduced her as like so mysterious without even putting their name out there, but yeah, that was Polypa. I don't know if she has a last name or not, because I don't remember this character from the troll call. Or maybe they were, I don't know. There's a lot of trolls, okay? But in any case, we befriended her, and then next time we're gonna befriend the other troll whose name I don't remember actually. But yeah, we're gonna befriend that guy, so I will leave this video here for now. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know what you think about beloved assassin Polypa, and I will see you guys in the next video.